Take a picture, please, please. Oh my God, I love you, bro.
My son telling you that.
Bro, yes, bro. Hey, I love you, bro. Ronaldo, I'm a big fan, bro. Ronaldo, look. I got you right here. Hey, wait, sue me. Ronaldo, sue me. Ronaldo, sue me, sue me. You know, sue me.
Speed, watch this. Bro, I am tired of watching messy, shitty highlights.
Perhaps it's a touch of the season. Genius! That's
Damn!
the word you can't use!
Nah, I'm tripping. Yo, this nigga. Ronaldo better. Ronaldo better. Sue me, nigga. Fuck you mean?
In just a few short years, a teenager from Ohio reached what millions of streamers dream of their whole lives. IShowSpeed, once a nobody, now has over 24 million YouTube followers, has streamed live to hundreds of thousands at once, and is one of the most watched streamers in the world. With his wild hype, extreme energy, and big but funny reactions, he became a new icon for Gen Z streamers. Bold, hilarious, and without limits. But somewhere on that path, the craziness that built his brand turned into a double-edged sword, pulling him into a series of big scandals. From sexist remarks and behavior called harassment to shocking clips that got him into trouble with platforms, IShowSpeed faced channel bans, lost his monetization, and a strong wave of backlash from both the community and the media. The harder he pushed the limits to stay popular, the deeper he went into dangerous places where no one could tell what was part of the act and what was wrong. So what really happened? Why does a rising star keep throwing himself into controversy? Is Speed trapped by his own creative pressure, or is he a symbol of a streamer generation caught in toxic content just for attention? Let's look at this story from the spotlight to the shadows to see why millions who once cheered him now turn away in disappointment. IShowSpeed started his streaming journey in 2017 with high energy. YouTube live streams, mostly playing games like NBA 2K, Fortnite, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Unlike other streamers who kept a steady style, IShowSpeed stood out from the start with huge reactions, emotional outbursts, and raw, unplanned interaction with his fans. His special style quickly made viral moments. His famous shoutouts to Cristiano Ronaldo, explosive reactions to horror games, or uncontrollable screaming when losing in FIFA all became memes shared across TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit. In one interview clip, IShowSpeed said, "I never fake it on camera. What you see is the real me. I can't control my emotions when gaming, and I think that's why people love watching." His endless energy and wild, over-the-top reactions fueled a viral storm, drawing millions of viewers, especially younger fans. Even more, that raw craziness became a new kind of entertainment, fitting perfectly with social media's hunger for explosive moments. His short clips often gained millions of views with comments like, "Speed is pure energy," or "This guy never fails to make me laugh." The community's huge excitement pushed IShowSpeed to new levels of fame, making him one of the most watched streamers. By late 2021, his YouTube channel had over 10 million subscribers, with live streams pulling 200,000 to 500,000 viewers at once. From then, almost every stream pulled hundreds of thousands live, waiting for his next wild moment. His fans didn't mind the chaotic style. For them, that was the special vibe that kept them hooked. IShowSpeed didn't just build a massive community. He created a culture of his own with famous catchphrases, meme-worthy reactions, and funny Cristiano Ronaldo cosplays. He became an icon for Gen Z, showing free emotions and endless energy. But no one guessed that the same craziness that made him a star would also light a chain of scandals, slowly pulling his rising image into criticism and bans. December 2021 marked the first big scandal in IShowSpeed's career when he got into a serious issue over sexist behavior in the game Valorant. This wasn't just a small slip or an innocent mistake. It came from him slowly crossing ethical lines without control or awareness of his responsibility. During a live stream with tens of thousands watching, IShowSpeed was playing a match with random teammates when a female gamer on his team argued against his gameplay and comments. He lost his temper and yelled into the mic,
What? What? Is a talking to me? Is a female talking to me? Am I? No. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Oh, wait, time out. Is a female talking to me right now? Is a female talking to me? Get off the game and do your husband dishes. Shut up!
His words instantly changed the mood of the live stream. They carried a clear sexist message, suggesting women belong in the kitchen and not in the male-dominated gaming world. The scene was shocking. IShowSpeed, only 17 at the time, sat in front of his computer wearing headphones and a plain t-shirt, his face bright red as he pounded the desk in anger. His angry expression and harsh yelling went out live, unedited. The audience quickly split into two sides. Some loyal fans laughed it off, saying it was classic Speed, leaving comments like, "Speed is just being Speed," or "He's only mad at the game." But a strong backlash followed, especially from female gamers, who posted messages like, "That's not okay. Speed, respect women, man." Within hours, a clip of the incident spread like wildfire across Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok, gathering millions of views. IShowSpeed's remark was mocked again and again with the phrase "Speed's dishes line," and the hashtag #IShowSpeedSexist began trending. Soon, mainstream media picked up the story, sending it completely out of control. The online reaction was fierce. Comments like, "That's not a joke," "It's disrespectful and ignorant," or "His behavior is alarming and unacceptable" poured in. Several well-known female streamers also spoke out. One said, "This is exactly the kind of toxicity that pushes women away from gaming. It's 2021, not 1950. In response, Riot Games, the publisher of Valorant, acted quickly. They permanently banned IShowSpeed from all their games, including Valorant and League of Legends. He was blocked from playing or streaming any Riot game on any platform. It was one of the harshest punishments ever given to a popular streamer. The incident became huge gaming news, with headlines like "IShowSpeed banned from Valorant after sexist rant." Once again, the community split. Some people defended him, saying he was joking or provoked. Others demanded a boycott, spreading the hashtag #NotBoycottIShowSpeed. While the movement did not become huge, it put real pressure on him. The question now was, how could someone with so much influence speak so carelessly, ignoring the consequences? Or had fame made him lose control, pushing him to cross moral lines? IShowSpeed's answer to this first crisis showed a serious weakness in his judgment. Instead of giving a clear apology and promising to change, he shifted blame and tried to play it down with excuses like, "It was just a joke. I didn't mean it. I was just mad at the game, not at anyone," or "People are overreacting. I wasn't trying to offend." These excuses didn't calm the anger at all. They made people even more upset. Saying it was a misunderstanding didn't excuse breaking community rules, especially when millions of young fans were watching his every word and action. This incident didn't just hurt IShowSpeed's image, it set the stage for later scandals about how he handled criticism. Instead of learning how to apologize, he learned how to brush things off. Instead of reflecting, he pushed forward, acting like bad reactions were just part of his plan for attention. What worried people most was that his fame did not suffer. Only months after the scandal, his YouTube channel exploded to 15 million subscribers. This showed a harsh truth. A large part of his audience was ready to forgive bad behavior as long as they were entertained. But if IShowSpeed thought he could keep acting this way without punishment, he was wrong. The online community and platforms began watching him more closely. From that moment on, every mistake would not be seen as a simple slip, but as proof of immaturity or even deliberate disrespect. If the Valorant scandal was a warning, the event in August 2024 became the final blow to IShowSpeed's reputation. This time he didn't just cross the line with reckless words. He went into outright dangerous actions, forcing even YouTube, a platform that had long accepted his wild style, to finally step in. What once looked like a joke turned into real danger. Despite repeated warnings and criticism, IShowSpeed kept pushing the limits further. He seemed trapped by the crazy character he had created. He began losing control, even when he knew how risky his actions were. During a live stream in early 2024, IShowSpeed pulled a stunt that shocked millions. He appeared in the middle of a busy Los Angeles street with a microphone in hand, shouting with wild excitement. What happened next went beyond anything people expected or feared about his recklessness. In front of hundreds of thousands of live viewers, IShowSpeed began dancing in the middle of speeding traffic, spinning and jumping between lanes as Lamborghinis and Ferraris raced by at more than 60 miles per hour. One viewer described it as cinematic but deadly. The sound of roaring engines, screeching brakes, and speeds yells created a chaotic scene. He laughed loudly and encouraged his viewers, acting as if the danger was all part of the show. The camera showed IShowSpeed narrowly escaping a red Ferrari that sped by just inches away. Even though it lasted only a few seconds, the scene shocked even his most loyal fans. Comments poured in saying, "This is too dangerous. Stop it!" Yet Speed seemed out of control. He kept dancing, even lying down in the middle of the road before jumping up and laughing loudly. The video gained more than 5 million views before it was taken down after a flood of user reports within hours. The online reaction this time was harsher than ever. Even people who had defended him after the Valorant incident started to turn away. Comments like, "He deserves a permanent ban," or "This is the consequence of recklessness," filled the chats. One longtime fan wrote, "I used to love Speed's energy, but now I'm just worried. YouTube could not ignore it." They quickly removed the video and suspended his channel for 2 weeks, saying the content showed dangerous behavior that could cause serious injury or death. But Speed's reaction made it worse. Instead of admitting fault, he blamed a misunderstanding and tried to justify himself, saying, "I was just playing my streaming persona." He even tweeted defiantly, "YouTube's trying to silence me because I'm too real for them." His refusal to take responsibility, mixed with attacks on YouTube and his own fans, destroyed much of the goodwill he had left. The media quickly covered the story with headlines like, "Young streamer risks life for views." Online, the hashtag IShowSpeed banned spread across social media, along with mocking memes like "speed racing with death." But the saddest reaction came from those who once adored him. A creator once loved for his wild personality had now become a symbol of danger and irresponsibility. Though his channel came back after 2 weeks, the damage could not be fixed. He lost millions of true fans, brands cut ties with him, and now every platform watches him closely. Worst of all, he still refused to apologize, continuing to lash out at his fans and fueling a never-ending cycle of criticism and hostility. The fallout from IShowSpeed's scandals was not only about losing subscribers. The real loss was the trust of millions who once saw him as a symbol of youth, joy, and ambition. Comments like, "I miss the old Speed," showed the sadness of a community that once adored him. They didn't abandon him just for his mistakes, but because he refused to fix them, blaming jealousy instead of reflecting. Once admired for his authenticity, Speed became a symbol of self-destruction in the spotlight. No longer inspiring, he now stands as proof of a generation of creators without direction. The public's trust, his most valuable asset, was shattered, leaving behind only numbers without meaning. Fame comes quickly, but credibility requires consistency. One mistake left unchecked can destroy it all. The consequences went beyond him. Brands pulled out, sponsorships vanished, and in the harsh entertainment industry, second chances are rare. Speed's story is a warning for the entire digital content world. Without mental and moral support, fame without responsibility is a double-edged sword. The greatest tragedy is that young fans lost an icon who once made them laugh, now replaced with worry and disappointment. Where is the responsibility of YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok? They profit from young stars, but when things fall apart, do they step in? Speed pushed himself to the edge and became a victim of his own image. Talent is important, but without ethics, maturity, and responsibility, the spotlight will eventually destroy him.